Good morning, everyone. Diane here. I wanted to share a reflection with you. So, we've all heard the quote, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, right? I've heard it so many times throughout my life, but never had I really applied it to a situation. I mean, nice quote, beautiful words, right? But what does it mean actually? I think we can all ponder on what it means, but even if you understand the meaning of it, when have you been able to actually apply the sentiment behind it to a situation in your life? So there's a trail in Texas that my husband and I like to hike, or it's at a park called Lost Maples. And the challenging trail is called the East Trail. It's about 5 miles long, and it has an elevation of about 561 feet. So there's a part on the trail where you have to climb up. I mean, it is such a steep climb. It's about 1.5 miles long, but the reward is when you reach the top and you're looking down, and it's such a beautiful view. The trail up is so challenging, and the reward is really feeling accomplished when you get up to the top. So the first time that we hiked this trail, of course, I thought I was going to die going up. I was making sure that my husband understood my last wishes. It was so challenging. But when we got up to the top, I enjoyed the view. And I never for a minute considered that I was going to have to climb back down, because I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's the climb down that is so scary and so intimidating. So we get to the edge, and I looked down the trail. I mean, way down. And I'm looking towards the end of the trail, at least as far as I could see where I was standing. And the hikers looked like little ants. And I just gasped, and I looked at my husband, and I was like, there is no freaking way I'm going to make it down this trail. I thought for sure I was going to die. I was grateful that I had already expressed my last wishes to my husband, because that was so scary. I was like, this is so steep. I am not going to make it down. But that morning, I had come across that quote on social media. I think it was on Instagram. And I think God just gave me a peace when that quote came over into my mind, because I took a deep breath and I just thought, well, you know what? I don't really have to concentrate or focus on getting all the way down that trail right now. I can focus on just one step at a time. I could choose the length of that step. It could be a little step, or it could be, a longer step. All I had to focus on was just getting down one step at a time. So I went down with that attitude. I took that deep breath in, and I embraced the courage to not get all the way to the bottom, but just to get to the one step in front of me. I knew if I made it to the one step in front of me, all I had to do was take another breath and make it to the next step, and the next step, and the next step. And let me tell y'all, I succeeded. I made it down. As y'all can see, I'm still alive. I survived. And we have hiked that same trail a couple of times since then, and I look forward to doing it again once we have some warm weather. So what is the point of my story, or sharing this quote with you? I mean, we all face challenges in our life, right? We're all faced with situations that, when we're looking far ahead at the end result or at the outcome of it, it can be so overwhelming. We look at it as a mountain that is just completely insurmountable, rather than taking the time to slow down and ask ourselves, what is it that I have to do right now? We hear about being present-minded, and that's also a very nice idea, but the application of it is so important in order to be able to cope with anxiety and fear and situations in our life that inevitably come up for all of us. So I want to encourage you to ask yourself, how can I not just admire the quote, but actually apply it to a situation in my life? Maybe you're facing something right now where you're looking way far ahead at the end and are just rendered static with fear, right? You feel stuck and just paralyzed with fear. And maybe you can just take a moment and ask yourself, well, what is it that I need to do today? What is it that I can do in the next hour to get me one step closer to where I want to be? So I really hope that this video will encourage you to do that. This is a great way to cope with anxiety and with fear, is to just take that breath and be present-minded. Be in the moment and ask yourself, what do I need to do right now? So I hope this all helped y'all. I hope that you will leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and just let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe you've had a situation recently where this was applicable, or maybe you're facing one where this might be helpful. I'm just wondering how successful we will all be in getting through the challenges of life if we can just slow down and look at what's right in front of us in the present moment. Have a wonderful and beautiful day, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, and God bless you.